everybody, it's Deb here with CountryCraftCreations and Creative Life, and today we are going to be doing a project using the Craftology Box for March with Graphic 45 paper collection SunKissed. So I am going to be making a little hut, like a little beach hut. So I thought, what a fun way to use this collection and use it for like either a decoration in your home, or if you know somebody who has beach themed in their kitchen or bathroom or their bedroom. And I thought it would be like super fun to just make a beach hut out of this paper. So I am going to be making faux sand, so you will need some items for the faux sand. The faux sand is going to include some paints. You'll want to get a fawn colored paint, and then I'm using raw umber. Okay, and I just went down to Michael's and picked these up. Okay, and then you will need some other items. You'll need some Snow Tex or some other type of grainy type item to make your sand. But you don't have to use this if you don't want to. It just kind of helps thicken it up. You can also use your Tim Holtz Distress Tattered Rose embossing powder. You also need the Distressed Embossing Powder, Dried Marigold. And then to give it some added texture, I am going to be using the Blue Fern seedlings, and I'm using the mauve ones. They are a little darker, but it doesn't really matter what color because they're going to be mixed in with the paint, so it'll turn them that color. And then you're also going to be using some of your art glitter glue, and then a few drops of your crystal effects or glossy accents, whatever you have. Okay, so those are a few of the items that you're going to need. And then I'm using a birdhouse, and then I'm just going to take this knob off of here, and then this is going to be kind of like my window, and then this is going to be, I'm going to go ahead and cover this up and kind of make it into a little door. And then you can paint your birdhouse if you want to. I am not going to. I think I kind of like it just the wooden look. So unless I decide to go ahead and ink it with my Tim Holtz inks. Okay. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and start our faux sand. Okay. Or you know what? Yeah, we'll go ahead and do the faux sand. Okay, so for the faux sand, the first thing that you're going to want to do is just pour a little bit of your embossing powder in. And I'm not really measuring it. I'm just kind of like gauging how much I'm putting in here. I'm not putting a whole lot. Okay, I did make some earlier. Now you can, if you make too much, you can preserve it in a plastic baggie. So if you, after you make it, you want to dump it into a plastic baggie and then just make sure you get all the air out and flatten it out. That will kind of help preserve it. Then I'm going to go ahead and get my fawn paint and just kind of pour that in there like that. And then a little bit of the umber. Okay. And then, let me see. Just need a wipey here. Let me grab a wipey. Because we all know I get messy, right? So I'm already making a mess. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and grab your seedlings, and you're just going to go ahead and dump some in there. Okay, it doesn't matter how many you dump in there. It's just adding to give it texture. And then I go ahead and I use, like, I have these little coffee stir sticks, okay? And I'm just going to stir this around. Okay, and see how it's kind of turning like a brownish color. Let me turn on my light. Sorry, guys. And I get some other light in here. So it's turning like this brownish color, kind of like a sandy color. Okay, and I think I'm going to add just a bit more of the, and you just keep adding more of what you would like to your color, your sand color to be. Okay, so that's how I kind of gauge how I want my sand, what color I want, whether I add more of the raw umber or the fawn. Okay, and then I am going to add some of this snow text. And the snow text I like because it adds a little bit of, it adds texture, but it also adds a little bit of like a, because it's got already some like sticky glue in it. So, and I'm just going to dump a little bit of that in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in some of my art glitter glue, and this just is going to help for it to be sticky. And then I'm going to stir that up just like that. Okay, and see how it's kind of like getting a grainy type look. And then I'm going to add some more of that raw umber to it again. Okay, so see how it's kind of like getting that grainy look. Okay, and I'm going to add some more of the raw umber. And then I'm going to add some more of my seedlings. And this is where I'm going to add a little bit of my glossy accents. And I'll probably need to open this up just a bit. Okay. Alright. I got to open up this glue and take that phone call, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this crystal accents in here, and this kind of helps to, like I was saying before, it kind of helps with this, you know, drying time on it. So let's see, hopefully I have enough in here and it'll come out. Yeah, so I usually just put I don't know, a few drops. I don't put a whole bunch, but I do put a few drops, so if that kind of helps gauge how to do that. And then I go ahead and mix that up. Okay, so if you have like old, you know, sand, let's say you make it and then you put it aside and then you have some old sand, you can mix the two together. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some of my old sand, and I'm just going to go ahead, and I didn't put mine in a plastic baggie, but I can see how it hardens, or it does form into like a sandy mixture once it starts drying. And I'll show you a piece of paper that I put it on. So I can go ahead and grab this, and I can stick all of that in there. Okay, and then let me grab that piece of paper that I have. And see how it dries? So you can set it on cardstock, you can set it on chipboard, you can set it on wood, any type of, you know, element, and it'll dry like sand. Okay? And I'm just going to mix this up together. And again, like I said, if you make too much, you can get put it and save it into a plastic baggie or a Tupperware container. If you have like one of those little tiny Tupperware containers, you can save it in that. I don't know, like I've done the paper bag, but I'm thinking, you know, if you have it in a little jar like this, you might be able to just stick it into a Tupperware container. You know, one of those little tiny Tupperware containers, and see how it holds up. It should hold up pretty good. So I'll show you the sand and what it looks like on paper. Okay, so this is what I did, is I just put it on some paper and I let it dry. And it was dried within a few hours, you guys. So it didn't take any time at all. So that is the sand. And you can put, like, the thicker you make it, you can put like seashells in it. You can put little rocks, or, you know, whatever you have, little pebbles, you can put that on there. And see, it's pretty dry. So that's how you can make that with the seedlings from Tamara's store. And okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece of paper, or actually I'm going to grab some cardstock. Okay. Now this is one of the frames from the frame backings from the shop, and I'm just going to use that for my platform for my little house. Okay, and I'm going to put sand all over it. So I'm just going to go ahead, put this sand down, and we can always make more sand if we need to. I mean, it's not like, you know, this is, you know, hard to make or anything. You can always make more. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that down here, and I'm actually going to use my little spatula here, or my little, it's a finger file because I don't have a spatula, so need to go get one of those. And you know what? Since I am making a mess, this probably would have been a good time for me to use my craft mat. So let me put some of this stuff on the side here and grab my craft mat. And yes, I got the Kent Oliver craft mat from Tamara's shop. I don't know why I didn't think of it, because I just got it, and I probably just, I haven't had a reason to use it yet, so now I do. So so you can go ahead and you can mix your like I said, you can go ahead and put your sand down. And you know, like my sand is it's a little bit hard because I added that other sand that was sitting in the other container, and that's okay because I'm just kind of smushing it down to kind of work it out. So, and that's all right. But that's why I'm telling y'all that you can put your sand into a little container or a plastic baggie, so it doesn't get lumps and stuff in it, like mine did. So I'm just kind of, and you know, that's okay if it does have lumps in it, I guess, because sand has lumps in it, right? So that is okay. Okay, so there's that. But I'll probably need to make some more sand because I want some more sand around my, on my house. My little birdhouse, or my little, I shouldn't call it birdhouse, my little hut. So I want to save some of this. So I'm going to put some back in the little thing. And I just need to figure out which side, like, I want my house. So for this part, what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and put some crystal accents down on here. And actually, you know what? I'm going to use my, I think I'm just going to use my art glitter glue, you guys. I'm just going to glue that up. And I'm just going to set it down just in the middle. Or you know what? I might go ahead and put it back here. Just a little bit in the back. Okay, just like that. And I have a little bit of glue showing right there. But that's okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rest of my sand. Okay. And I'm just going to take a big scoop of it and put it right on top of my birdhouse. And, you know, I can't help but get messy, so, you know, I know some people don't like to get their fingers messy, but I don't mind, so I'm going to go ahead and scrape this all along the base of my birdhouse, or my little hut, and make sure that I've got plenty of sand up against the hut here. And I'm going to go ahead and put there. And I'm just going to kind of fill in that little gap that's on the bottom there. Okay. Okay, and then I'm just going to keep putting more sand up here. And just like that. So that is how we're going to do, and I know it looks like a mess right now, you guys, but I promise you it will look cute once we're done. Okay, so that's how that's going to turn out. And then I'm going to, like I said, I know that a lot of people don't like to get their hands messy. If you have a spatula, then use your spatula, okay? You know, but I don't mind. I'm always getting myself really dirty anyway. So, so that is going to be like the front of our beach house, okay? So then the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and work on the roof. While this is like drying down here, okay, I'm going to work on the roof. So before I do that, I am going to go ahead and get cleaned up a little bit, clean up the mat, and so I don't get a bunch of sand all over my mat or my roof. So I will be right back. Hi everybody, I'm back. So I cleaned up my desk, and I went ahead and I had some things to do, so I let this dry, and it dried pretty good. So so as you can see, it's really tacked on there pretty good. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make some a little shingles for our roof, for our hut. And how you're going to do that is, I cut a few already. You'll probably need about 18 altogether, give or take. And you'll need to cut 2 1/4. I think it was. So you'll need to cut 2 3/4, and then you'll need to cut them down to 3/4. So you'll need about 18 strips of these. So again, you'll need 2 3/4, right Did I say 2 3/4? Ah. Okay, I have a little bit more than that, but that's okay. So, and that's okay if you have more, because then you will need, just in case you need extra, or if you want to do around the base of your hut. So, okay, so then what we're going to do is, I actually went ahead and cut these in little strips, and but what you can do is, we're going to go ahead and grab our ink. Okay, so we decided on the ink that we're going to use, and I think we're going to go ahead and use the walnut stain. I kind of like that, how it looks. Kind of gives it like a rusty, but kind of look. And we could go ahead and combine that with the tea dye ink. So I think I might combine the two and see how that turns out. So I went ahead and cut. So after you do the tea dye, or after you put the ink on your little strips, okay, so we're gonna do them just like this. Okay, and you don't have to do them perfect, and I'm just going to do a couple at a time. Okay, just like that. And they don't have to be perfect, because, you know, they are going to be part of the roof, and roofs are not perfect. So I think, and I'm just combining part of the tea dye along with the walnut ink. So, so once you get your strip done, okay, inked up, then you're going to cut individual little strips just like this. You're going to leave it on your, you're just going to cut like maybe what, about 3/4 up. If you want to, you can score that, of course. So, you know, and that's what I kind of thought I would do on mine. So, to help you, you could go ahead and score these. So, you just go ahead and get your strip, put it up in the corner there, and you're just going to score at like, let's see, we're going to score at 1/4. So you're going to score at 1/4 inch all the way down. And I think that should be pretty good. Okay, so you're going to score at 1/4 inch on your little strips, and then you're going to go ahead and cut just, you know, little, all the way up to that strip line. You're going to cut little strips all the way down. And again, I used the lines within the paper as my guide to where I wanted to cut my strips. So that way they would kind of be a little even, but even if they're not, that's okay. Because, you know, again, these are shingles. It's a hut on the beach, and they are not perfect. They're on the beach. So, so yeah. So anyway, so that's how we're going to do our little roof. And then we're going to go ahead and fold these up, and you can curve them in a little bit, just like that. Or you're more than welcome to get a little dowel and you can curve them in just like that. Okay, so you can just do that like that. And then what you're going to do is once you're done, you're going to go ahead and put this on your little hut. Okay, so just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue mine on there. I think that's a little bit too much glue, but that's okay. You're just going to glue, actually, well, you could do either top or bottom, it doesn't really matter, because even if you did that like this, okay, and you're going to go ahead and grab your next one, which would be this one here. Okay, so let me put that to the side here, and I'm going to go ahead and ink up. See, this is the walnut, this is the tea dye. So grab my walnut, and I'm just going to go ahead and pat that down. Grab my tea dye. Okay. And then this one I didn't score. I just kind of eyeballed it. So basically then on this one you're just going to go ahead and again put your glue right here, just like that. Bring over the hut. You're going to lift up this part here, and you're just going to put this right underneath there. I think this strip I did a bit too long, but that's okay. I can go ahead and cut that. Actually, just like that. And I can cut that off there. Just like that. So, and you know, you might have a color variation in between there. That's okay, because I kind of want it to look like hay or like a straw effect. So it's okay if it looks like that. So that's how you're going to put your strips on. So when we get all done, you'll have a layer of these strips on either side right here. And then right here in the middle, we're going to put some other things, okay? So that's how we're going to do our house. And I am going to go ahead and finish up, and I will be right back. Hi everybody, it's Deb here. I'm back. Okay, so I went ahead and did some fussy cutting on a lot of different of the little girls and little pieces from the SunKissed paper collection. Okay, so on the birdhouse so far, we went ahead and made this faux sand. I went ahead and used some of the stickers for the roof right here, and then I went ahead and used a sticker and then cut it kind of in half so it reads kind of like a little sign. Then I went ahead and did the roof, and then I used another sticker right here and then on the back. For the back part, I decided to go ahead and I'm going to use a piece of paper back here because I really like this little sunset scene right here. And then the little boat is just so cute. So I thought I would go ahead and use that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I cut out like a little sand dollar. And I'm going to stick it up here. And then I cut out an extra little flower from one of the sand dollars, and I'm going to stick it like that. And So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I went ahead and fussy cut out these little girls on this bridge. They're so cute. And I'm going to stick them right here, right on the sand here, so it kind of looks 3D. And I thought that would look super cute. And then we're going to do some other things. So I'm going to fast forward through this part, and we're also going to do like a little water scenery up here. And for that, I am going to use my crystal faux. I went ahead and cut out a little piece of the this scenery, or this paper. It's on the back of the turtle paper. So I went ahead and cut out a part of that, and we're going to use that right up here. And I think that's about it. So I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward, and if there are any changes or anything, measurements that you need to know about, I will go ahead and list them in the video. Okay, I'm back. I had to fix my glue bottle. So now I'm going to fast forward. Okay, so for this part we're going to use the glossy accents. Since we're sticking down our little water scene here, I am going to go ahead and use the glossy accents on this. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and use my glue, my hot glue gun. I'm going to use to glue this down so it sticks faster for, you know, for video's sake. Let's see here. Okay, so I gotta wait for my hot glue gun to warm up, but while we're doing that, I am going to go ahead and we're gonna decorate the sides here. are done with our little hut. Went ahead and finished. I put this little girl here. She was over here, and I moved her to here. And then I went ahead and used some seedlings on a few of my little flowers and my little sand dollar areas, and then used some of the stickers on the sides here. So that little girl is up there, and I used a sand dollar, a little flower, and then over here we made a little stand like we did, or like I did on my Valentine people that I had cut out. If you saw my Valentine mailbox love letters, you saw how I made little stands for the people to stand up. And so I did the same concept just with people, or just with this, sorry, with this paper collection. And then, so the little girls are standing up in the water. So, and then we put glossy accents on the water, and then I did go ahead and spread glossy accents around the beach area to kind of give it like a puddle effect. And then I went ahead and did a fussy cut of the little turtle there and put the little girl that holding the sand out right here. I made a little door for my people. And just cut a little brad and stuck it as my doorknob. And then on this side, I went ahead and put the shovel. I did a fussy cutting on her, and then I cut apart a little frame and then put that little girl sticker in the middle of that frame. And then put another turtle right there. So that is the beach house that I did, and I hope you guys like it. I stuck a little starfish up here with a little flower and some seeds on there, some seedlings. I did a little sign right here, kind of like a beach house would have, or like a little hut would have. So so yeah, so I think it turned out pretty cute, you all. A little sand dollar up here with a little flower and the flower seeds. So I hope you guys like it, and I hope you try it. Hope you guys you know, get a chance to make one with this collection. It is so stinking cute, and I had a good time making this, and I hope that gives you some inspiration and some ideas. So thanks for joining me. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.